Hey, Tavius here. Just had a couple minutes while I'm waiting for Kim, and wanted to talk to you a moment about sales technique. Now, anytime you have a business, you've got to be able to have sales. No matter what the business is, if you can't close a sale, you're not going to have a business. And it doesn't matter what your business is. You could be selling bicycles, you could be selling tents, you could be selling paperback novels. It doesn't matter. You've got to get sales. Now, what are you going to do to get these sales? Most people, whenever they're looking at a product, you walk up to them and it's like, how can I help you? And I'm sure you've done this yourself. I know I have. It's like, just looking. Thanks, just looking. Why are they looking at it? Really think about it. They're generally thinking about it because, or they're looking at it because they're thinking about getting it. But yeah, they're just looking until they decide to buy. And the person who can go out there and get the rapport and say, okay, let's wrap up the product. These are the people that are going to be getting the money from it. You could spend all your time. You may get perfect rapport with them and teach them everything there is to know about it, but there's a couple of little tricks for you to be able to get that sale. One of the huge things you've got to be able to understand is you've got to be able to, first off, you do have to get the rapport. You've got to be able to come up to somebody and get them talking to you, and don't have them brush you off with just looking. You know, you can do something to break the ice. There's always something with an icebreaker. You've got to have something to get in there. And then you can start showing them some of the values of what they're looking at, benefits, features. I mean, you want to put more time into what this is going to do for them. What problem of theirs is it going to solve? Not so much putting the intention into, this has, it weighs 25 pounds and it's super light, and you can switch this flick the switch and it'll all of a sudden be bright red, or flick it a different way and it turns green. These kind of things are going to be something to consider for sure, but you don't want to put it out that way. It's like more like, okay, this is only 25 pounds, which means that when you're walking along and trying to carry it, you're not going to have a sore back. You're going to have the ability to keep walking and get your energy, keep your exercise in there, whatever. You want to focus on the things that it's going to do for them, not what it is. I mean, I was just reading a little bit ago about a new Volkswagen that's been released out in Europe, which is an awesome car. And, the big thing for it is it's got some awesome specs. It'll get 300 miles to the gallon, actually. Or I think it was averaging 283. The Volkswagen, I forget the model, but if you take a look, you'll see it. But I mean, if you put out there that, it weighs such and such pounds, I think a lot of people understand with a car and the mileage, they're going to understand the benefits of it. But still, you can say something like, you can drive back and forth to work for 2 months without having to pay for any gas. Something like that's going to be a little bit more impressive. I mean, I would actually go and get one of these myself, except that, first off, they're not available in the States, and second, they cost $120,000, and they're limited stock. But the point being that no matter what the product is, you want to be able to say, okay, this is what it's going to do for you. This is what it's going to do for you. This is not what it is. This is not what it has. You don't want to sit there and say, okay, well, it's got, 4-speed transmission that you can press this button and it does this, and push this one and the antenna comes up. Don't put it in like that. What you want to do instead is say things that are going to happen for you. Now, the next thing that really matters is your close. More than anything, I think the close is critical, because if you don't have a close, you're not going to have anything. So you come along and you say to somebody, well, you've got the rapport with them, and you can come up and give them a couple of different approaches. Like, so would you like that in red or in blue? Or if it's something, you can just say, how many of those do you want me to get for you? It's a little nicer whenever you can say something like that. Don't give them a yes or no question. If you tell them, okay, so would you like to get that today? A lot of people just automatically say no. And it's something that's ingrained in us. We go all through our life with people saying, okay, would you like this? No, I'm good, thanks. I mean, if you're going to do it, what you've got to do is say something more along the lines like what I was saying, which color would you like it in? Or actually even go simpler and say, would you like it this color or this color? Give them two choices, but don't make either of them no. Or, how many would you like to get? Would you like 5 or 10? Go through and just assume they're getting the product. If you assume that they're going to get it, a lot of them will. And it's not anything tricky about it. It's people like to buy. They just don't like to be sold. I'm sure you've heard that. I've heard it all over the place, and it's true. I like to buy things, but I don't like people to pitch at me. And I'm sure you're the same way. And if you're looking at something and say, okay, well, I want to pull in $50,000 a month, okay? How am I going to do it? You're willing to go out there and get the information, get the tools to get there. But you don't want somebody coming along and say, go get this. Now, sure, sometimes you've got to say, do this, because if you don't, these people are not going to ever go there. Like, I've got my own website you can go look at and find out from people who are making the kind of money you want. That's something that everybody varies on. Some people do great, some people don't. It's always a matter of your own effort, no matter what your business is. And I'm sure you've had that. For myself, before I had my own health issues, I've been through cancer, but before that, I've been a professional salesman. I've made decent money at it. And, selling computers, selling cars, well, I didn't make so much at the cars, but that was actually after my surgery. But my point here is I know a bit about the whole attention you've got to put into what you want. Set your goal, make your goal, keep to it, keep moving. And no matter what you want to see, you've got to put the action towards it. And don't give up. Don't say, okay, well, I didn't get it. I fell down, I tripped, and I spent this money on here, and all of a sudden nothing's happening. So what? How many people are rich, do you think, that haven't wasted money? Do you think that, Bill Gates has never made any mistakes? Do you think that Apple? Well, Apple almost died because they were doing too much. And what they did is they streamlined it. This is something that would help for you, too. Streamline what you're doing. Don't put all your time into doing, 12 different things. If you're going to push an opportunity, if you're going to do an online business, for instance, don't have 5 of them you're pushing. Put all your attention, be focused. Do just one thing. One item, nothing else, until you get that going. And you'll find you're going to have success. But whenever you're sitting there and you're trying to go somewhere and you're like, here we go. This is what we're going to do today. This is it. This is it. Oh, look at that squirrel. If you're going to do that, you're going to find yourself distracted so much that you're never going to make the sale you want. You're never going to make your business work, and you're going to wonder, why am I doing this and nothing happens? And sometimes you'll be, some of the people, and I've done it, you probably have done it yourself, is you get out there, you start doing something, and it's like, I'm not seeing the results I want to be. So they jump over to something else, and sometimes it is legitimate and something you should do to get out of what you're doing, because maybe it just doesn't have the value. Maybe there's nothing worth doing. Maybe there's no way that, if you don't believe in the product, don't sell it. Don't put the time into putting out a product you just don't like. Believe in what you're pushing. Believe in your product. Believe in your business, and believe in yourself. Make it happen. You can make the difference in your life. All you got to do, though, is just sit there and say, okay, I like this. I'm gonna do this. I think I can help somebody. I can see the benefit. I can see the benefit. Catch that benefit. Not, I can make a ton of money. Maybe you can, but I can see the benefit of this for somebody else. I can see how it's going to help them make their dreams come true. And be willing to have that attitude. Be willing to give things away, not saying to go throw all your profit away. I'm saying if you've got like a product of information, which is what I'm working with, be willing to share the information you've got. Maybe you don't tell them everything. You've heard of teasers. Whenever you're at the, think about the movies. They put on the commercials for the movies, and they're going to tease you with things that could be there. Whenever you get to some series on TV, they're going to give you like the cliffhanger, especially at the end of a season or something like that, where it says, okay, I'm going to... What now? So, you can put out teasers, but especially, like I said, be sure to take that call to action. Make the effort. Show the benefits. Believe in what you have. Ask for the sale. Get the sale. And make sure it's something that's going to help the person you're talking to. Because you want to see people succeeding, not just you, right? The more people around you succeed, the more that succeed around you, the more you're going to succeed as well. It's kind of a matter of karma. What goes out comes in. If you're going to sit there and hold somebody back, you're going to find yourself at some degree holding yourself back. But whenever you put the attention out there and say, hey, let me help you, then you're going to find more people are going to be appreciative, and they're going to come back to you. Consider that. Now, whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter. I wish you luck, and I hope the information I've given today has helped you. I hope that somewhere along the line, you're going to find your dream. Now, I will share with you what I'm doing. You'll see the video, the link here at the bottom. But whether you do or don't do it, it's okay. I don't mind. I just want to see you succeed. So, have a great day. This is Tavia signing out.